If you're over 60 and you notice a strange, persistent itch on your arm, back, or scalp, do not ignore it, especially if it's in the same spot every day. Most seniors chalk it up to dry skin, allergies, or aging, but what if I told you that same itchy patch could be hiding something deadly, something that doctors say is responsible for 1 in 5 cancer deaths in older adults, something that if ignored, could become fatal? Today's episode might be the most important thing you'll hear this year, because that itchy patch might not be what you think, and thousands of seniors never realize the truth until it's far too late. Skin cancer is often brushed off. It doesn't get the same attention as heart disease or diabetes. But here's the truth. Skin cancer kills thousands of older adults every year, and the warning signs, they're subtle, quiet, easy to miss, especially when they show up as nothing more than a spot that itches. Now here's the terrifying part. In seniors, especially men over 65, that small itchy area, usually dismissed as eczema or dry skin, is often a form of melanoma or basal cell carcinoma. And if it's not caught in time, it can spread fast to your lymph nodes, your organs, your bloodstream. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. Let me tell you about Raymond. He was 72, healthy, active, retired, spent most mornings gardening and enjoying coffee with his wife. He had this one itchy spot right below his left shoulder blade. It bugged him for weeks. Just a small dry patch that wouldn't go away. He scratched it, even joked about it, said it was old man skin. But his wife noticed it started changing color, slightly, from pink to reddish brown. That's when she begged him to see a dermatologist. He finally gave in. And the news? It was stage 2 melanoma. Luckily, they caught it just in time. But the doctor said something chilling. If you'd waited another 2 months, this wouldn't be a simple removal. It would be a battle for your life. Now if you're over 50, especially over 60, listen closely. Here are the top warning signs of a potentially cancerous itchy spot. Persistent itch in the same area for more than 2 weeks, with no clear cause. Color changes, from flesh tone to red, brown, or even black. Rough, scaly texture that doesn't respond to moisturizers or creams. A spot that bleeds slightly when scratched. Borders that aren't smooth. Maybe they look jagged or uneven. A mole or patch that starts to grow in size, slowly but noticeably. A bump that's shiny, waxy, or looks like a scar but keeps itching. Any of these signs, especially if combined, mean it's time to act fast. Now, why is this especially dangerous for older adults? First, because aging skin is thinner and more prone to cellular mutations. Second, seniors often ignore minor symptoms, assuming it's just part of getting old. And third, many older adults grew up in decades with little sunscreen use, especially if you spent years working outdoors. That history of sun exposure, it adds up. Those rays from 20, 30, even 40 years ago, they don't just disappear. They sit in your skin like a ticking time bomb. And then one day, it starts with an itch. So what should you do if you notice a spot like this? 1. Mark it, track it, photograph it, take a clear picture and compare it weekly. If it changes, darkens, or gets larger, that's a red flag. 2. Get it examined by a dermatologist, not just your GP. Most GPs will give you creams, but only a skin specialist will biopsy and diagnose properly. 3. Ask for a full-body skin check once a year, especially if you have a history of sun exposure or a family history of skin cancer. 4. Don't wait. Don't rationalize. Don't ignore. Time is everything. The earlier you act, the higher your chances of full recovery. So to recap, if you or someone you love has a persistent itch in the same place, a rough or bleeding patch that won't heal, a mole or bump that's changing, do not brush it off. Your life, or their life, may depend on acting quickly. Cancer doesn't always come with pain. Sometimes it comes as an itch. If this episode gave you even one thing to think about, please share it with a friend, a spouse, or an elderly parent. Early detection can save lives. You have the power to protect yourself and your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more life-saving health advice for seniors. Until next time, take care of your body and listen when it whispers.